Hey, it's Chris. Welcome back to the channel. Well, it's that time. We've had an update. They've changed the damage on a couple guns. They've added the M110 DMR. So let's talk about some damage numbers in New State Mobile. Now, before we do that, I got to do the typical YouTube shill. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Try to answer every comment I get. Without further ado, let's get into the fun stuff. Now, I'm going to try to go over this just kind of quickly. I don't have all of the fire rates down yet, so I don't have any time to kill. So this is just basic damage. But we're going to start with the fun part. Now, if you remember in PUBG Mobile, especially those of us that come from PUBG Mobile, you had three main hitboxes. You had the headshot, the body shot, and then limb shots. Well, New State kind of decided to take it to another level. So you got your headshot hitbox. Now your body shot's broken up into four hitboxes. So in the yellow there, never mind the drawing, not very good at it. But in the yellow, you got your upper torso, upper chest. In the blue, you got the mid torso. The red, you got the lower torso, which the blue may come down a little farther, just kind of giving you as close an idea as I can. And then we got the good old banana hammock to represent your crotch region. Yeah, there's a hitbox for the crotch. Every guy just grabbed it and said, oh, right in the mommy daddy button. But, anyways, you also have hitboxes for the upper arm and the thigh. Now they get the same damage. The forearm or wrist and ankle, which those get the same damage, and the hand and foot, and those get the same damage. So you get a lot of hitboxes. Some of that's going to come into play. Some of it won't really matter, but that crotch is going to be a fun punchline. So now I'm going to try to be quick about this. There's a lot of information, so let's start on the ARs. Base damage, no vest, no helmet. Everybody's favorite, the M4, not modified, comes in dead last as far as damage is concerned. And it's about time. In my opinion, they should nerf it a little more, but it and the MCX unmodified, lowest damage. The Scar and the AUG are the same. I'm waiting to get the fire rates done because I really want to see time to kill differences to see if it really matters. We got the M16A4, the poor man's DMR. Not too shabby on damage, but the shocker for me is that L85A3. That makes it a little more interesting for 5.5 weapons. Get the 7.62 weapons, similar to PUBG Mobile. Barrel does 86 to the AKM's 88. Slightly less, but the barrel does sound faster. We'll prove whether or not it really is later. But the Groza and the AK have the same damage, and that new customized C2 kit for the Scar does the same damage as the AK. That may be that might make things interesting. And the shock with the 7.62s, that mutant, that may be depending on the bullet speed. I think it's quite a bit slower than like the SKS, but might make her a decent poor man's DMR. If you're good with burst fire, that thing may be brutal and close. And I got to find out the fire rate for that on with the full auto upgrade. Now, where all these numbers kind of really start to make sense, you get your level 2 vest. Not going to go over too much with that. I mean, M4, you get the upper chest and the mid torso. 2119, call it 20 damage if you use hip firing in close. AKM 2720, call it 26. 5 shots from an M4, 6 from an AK. Sorry. 5 shots from an M4, 4 from an AK. Math is not a strong point at the moment. 4 from a barrel, 4 from a Groza. I mean, yeah. M4 may not be the way to go in close. Kind of figured that. That's why they made the MCX faster firing. Don't know if they made it fast enough to count. But then you throw that Dyneema vest on there, which lowers the damage from 9mm, 45, and 5.56, but gives 7.62 a damage buff. Not terribly different in the level 2, but now you're 6 shots from most all the 5.5 weapons except that L85, where you're still 5. You're still 4 shots from the 7.62 full autos. Jump up into the level 3s. Kind of starting to get a real big difference. You're 7 rounds if you hit that upper chest, all upper chest, to clear a level 3 vest with an unmodded M4. You're still 7 rounds with the Scar or Hawk. You're 5 to 6 with a 7.62 weapon. And if you're both in level 3 Dyneema vests and you got that M4 and you're against an AK, I don't want to be you. I want to be the guy holding the AK. 10 shots from an M4 to clear a level 3 Dyneema. Someone with full health. 4 to 5 with an AKM, Groza, barrel, customized Scar. When I figure out these fire rates, this may get really, really interesting. But let's go to the primaries that everybody really likes. SMGs. We're a carryover from PUBG Mobile. We got that UMP 45. Does pretty good damage. To me, the surprise, if you can customize that Bison, especially with the number of rounds it carries and its like non-existent recoil. Yeah, I think that to me would be the way to go over the UMP. Just because I carry so much crap in my bag, the 9mm taking up less room kind of helps that decision. But we're going to start getting into the fun one here. If you haven't seen it yet, there was the punchline. Look at your upper chest damage here. Well, now let's look at the crotch damage. We'll just go right to the Uzi here. 26 if you shoot him in the upper chest. 29 if you shoot him in the crotch. I know I'm a guy and I say the crotch shot's going to hurt more, but yeah. That kind of makes stuff a little bit interesting to me. Gets even better when we start moving up the road. I mean, level 2, you don't notice a big difference. When you get that level 2 Dyneema vest, takes a nice good chunk out of 9mm and 45s. Where I'm really going to slow down here when you get into level 3. So for the fun grins of it, say 2 people are in level 3 vests. You're against a guy with an AK, you got a UMP. Typical thing a lot of people do in close, if you're like me especially, I don't go for the head because people love the drop shot. People are good at wiggling. I aim for the chest. Well, that AK is going to take, we're just going to go ahead and call it 6 rounds because you're not going to get them all in the upper chest. You'll get a mid-torso shot in there for sure. So it's going to take 6 rounds to clear that level 3 vest. Well, if we use the UMP, everybody's favorite from PUBG Mobile, well, wait, it also takes 6 rounds in the level 3. Here's that kicker. Remember the little damage extra you get in the crotch? Well, now you're at 20. But you also have the higher limb damage because limbs, doesn't matter what armor you're wearing, arm, leg, foot, hand, none of that's affected. So a shot to the thigh from the UMP is 27. Where I say that's going to be kind of the kicker, may even be a good meta, especially late game. Well, if you're 20 and 27, if you're aiming at the thighs, you're probably going to get more shots in the thighs. You can clear them in as little as 4 shots, more likely 5. Well, now you're 5 shots to 6 with very similar fire rates from the sound of it. So why do I say that's going to be a new late game meta? Well, with the ability to bring back a dead teammate in this game. Say you're next to last circle, your teammates bring you back. They bring you back at a compound with 2 houses. All you get's a UMP and even level 2 armor. We're just going to, hypothetically, we'll say the guy with the AK sucks in close for this. You get some level 2 armor, you get a UMP. Well, you're going to get in some CQC fights. You know you're against people most likely with better armor and better guns. So I'm going to say instead of aiming at that upper chest area, especially if you're not going for headshots, I don't aim for the head. Kind of gotten me killed more than it should. Well, if you aim low while you're moving around, wiggling, strafing, like everybody does in CQC, just doing hip fire, if you're aiming in the thigh crotch area, you're doing more damage. You could possibly clear that guy faster. So instead of taking, like, let's get up to this Dyneema vest. That's where it really hurts it. Well, now you're 14 in the upper chest, 15 in the crotch, but you're still at 27 in the thigh. So you aim low, it doesn't matter that this dude's wearing that vest. Aim down around the thighs, you're getting that extra damage. You may get a crotch shot here or there for the 15, but you're still going to clear way faster than you will aiming in the chest with this gun. I've been able to pull it off twice because I'm not that good at aiming low. But so far, it's actually worked pretty good. The Thompson, it'll work better with, it sounds like, at least by rate of fire. But I think for all these guns, if this is what you end up with late game because you get brought back, you're against guys that have, A-dub, they've been hitting crates. They got level 3 armor, aim low. Another big advantage, we all know everybody loves to drop shot in this game. You're aiming low, they go to drop shot, they're laying down through your bullets, you're still getting hits. If you're aiming up high, unless you get that lucky headshot as they go down for that final shot you needed, you're shooting over the top of them while they're killing you. We'll just leave it at aim low. I think that's where that needs to go, at least for late game, make things interesting. Now I'm going to kind of finish up on LMGs. Without the rates of fire for the MG3, especially on 990 and 660, without time to kills, there's not too terribly much here that really needs to be, I guess, talked about. Unless you're running something for tap firing at range, the unmodded DP is the way to go, just for the amount of damage, because, well, you get to a level 3 helmet. Doesn't matter what the hell you're hitting, you're 3 shots to clear. But that extra little boost from upper chest, mid torso, that 20 to 22, you may not hit a head if you're 150, 200 meters away and you're just tapping rounds out there trying to get some damage or little suppressive fire. To me, the DP is the way to go. A little bit of a slower bullet at the seam. Another thing I'm trying to get figured out. It's going to take a while. That'll be a video later. But yeah, nothing too impressive from the LMGs. But anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Don't want to make this video too terribly long because it's just damage numbers and I don't have the time to kills for you. So again, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I try to answer every comment I get. I know I'm shilling this channel out, but hey, it's what you're supposed to do. And also, going to be getting you, your next video is going to probably be DMRs and sniper rifles. I'll throw pistols in there just for the fun of it. But what video would you like to see after that? You want the rates of fire with time to kill? Or would you like to see what the damage drop-offs are? I am working on both of those. The damage drop-off, in most cases, leaves a little bit to be desired, but we shall see. Drop that comment. Let me know what you want to see next. Made it this far, again, thank you, and hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day.